Hi everyone, this is AC4FD, Randy, and welcome to Ham Radio in a Minute. Today we are going to talk about saving and restoring data on the Radioddity GD168. This includes saving the channels that you have configured on the radio and other settings like power level, bandwidth, DMR settings, and the list goes on. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, if you need to change the radio model information or configuration type of the radio, for example, if this is set up for Europe instead of the US, and you want to get those extra US frequencies that are not available in the EU models, you need to make that change to the radio and the software. And when you make that change in the software, it'll wipe out all the channels that are already programmed in. So I'll just show an example of that. Let's just say I go in and add one channel in here. I'll make it 146.52. So you can see I've added that to line item number 3 here. If I go to the model and change it, and you can see right now it's on commercial Europe. I'll change that over to amateur US number 7, and it gives me a warning, frequency data will be cleared. Click OK, and it's gone. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So this is true on both the radio and the software. So it doesn't matter if you change it on the radio or the software, it's going to wipe out all your frequency information. And the model type of the radio has to match the model type of the software. So that's where things get a little bit tricky. I will go over how to do that in the future video. But for this video, we're just doing a basic save and restore. Okay, open your GD168 software. You see I have it open here. If you already have your information saved in the software and all you want to do is save it, then you can go on from here. Otherwise, you may want to connect the radio to the computer and then download what you have on your radio first. And that's if you have stuff programmed on your radio, you want it saved and it's not in the software yet. So to download from the radio, click on the set option at the top of the GD168. So that's right up here. And then you want to select COM. Okay, so you can see here on my machine I've got 2 different COM ports available, and I need to figure out which one of those COM ports it is. I already know that it's COM 8. If you need to figure out which one it is on yours, basically what you would want to do is you would want to go into Configuration Manager on your Windows computer. I'm not sure how you do it on a Mac or Linux device yet. Maybe we'll figure that out later, but right now we're just doing Windows. So you would open up the Configuration Manager, or Computer Management, and then go to Device Manager, and then go down to Ports. Okay, so right now you can see I have those 2 devices listed. I have my radio plugged in right now, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. Okay, and now we only see 7, so we know 8 is the correct one. Okay, so once you get that figured out, you can just go back and select that in the COM port. Now go up and select the program option. And you just want to say read from radio. And then you'll get a little display box here, read data from radio. Do you wish to continue? Just click OK. So right now we're just doing, basically no DMR, just regular FM on these devices. So we're just going to click other data. We don't have any digital contact list in there. If you did have that, if you had your DMR configured and had digital contacts, you could select that as well. But just to make it quick, I'm just going to select other data, click OK. Okay, it read from the radio, and it's complete. And you can see here, got all my channels. Okay, so before you save your configuration, especially if this is a brand new configuration or if you had to go up and change the model information like we spoke about before, one thing that I recommend that you do is you come over here under GD168, go down to Optional Settings. And the reason we're doing this is when you do a reset or change the configuration for any reason, let's just say that the settings come out in a less than desirable configuration for a couple of items. So we're going to go into that real quick. So one of the things is the volume audio. Right now I see that the maximum volume is set to 8. And that's what we want. But what I find is when you reset it, it goes to 1. When you turn the radio on, you turn the volume up all the way, and you'll see that it's very faint. Instead of having to worry about that later, just do it now before you save. I always make it 8, make it the max, and then your volume control will work as it normally does. You also may want to change the analog mic gain. I find that 4 seems to work pretty good for me. I mean, if it's all the way down at 1, people may have a hard time hearing you. So 3 or 4, I would say, even 5 depending on your circumstance. But I leave it at 4. If you want to go into power on, you can actually set what displays on your screen. I put my call sign in, so I would just put AC4FD in those blocks right there. That way, whenever you turn the radio on, it shows up there. There's one other item, and it's the display. So again, the brightness on the display, whenever you reset the configuration, it always comes out as 1. Again, I take it up to 4. If you want it, at maximum brightness, and then go all the way to 5. And then once you get those items set, click OK, and then you can start the save process. And then the rest is pretty simple. The only thing you need to do is go up to File, Save, and then you want to pick somewhere to save your file. So you see it saves it as an RDT file. So I'll just call this new, or let's call it saved configuration. Okay, and normally what I do is I date them. So as I get updates in the future, I'll just put a date in here. For example, I might put 07/01/2025 or something like that. And that way I know when it was saved. And then when I make future updates, I can rename it to a new date. And if I ever want to go back to a previous configuration, I can. So I will save that. And we're done. That's it. Nice and simple. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on a future video. Thanks, and 73.